council to give a bit of a cheer to my 10 years old.
You don't do that.
You don't do that?
This isn't a cheering section. You're Councillor Batty.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I just want a little bit of clarity on what you've given us. The first piece that you've given us, you talk about more than 100 households, and then you go to a number of names and emails and addresses, and you've got comments, letter, yes, yes, yes. Are these people that you door knocked, and this is their response to your door knocking?
I collect 133 signatures from door knocking. I also drop off the petition form when they're not home. So they actually either take the petition forms and get their friends and families to sign it. But I look at the listed there, we look at the postal code as well as the address. I would say about 80% of the people who actually sign my petition is actually live in that area. So that's between 124 and 142nd along Stony Plain.
Right, I noticed in the postal codes what I couldn't relate or correlate back was the typed names that you've got in here.
There's actually two petitions there. It's one petition. The type ones is the one that I collect all the name, which consists of 133. And then there is the one at the back that you got is the petition form that I left with the business, the hair salon on Stony Plain Road. So they got their clients to sign it. They collect 289 names.
I see names from all over the city or areas and postal codes. But the one that you collected, did they actually sign something? Because this is all just, you've typed this up or
yes, because they either sign it or they would scan it and email it to me, or they would actually email me and give me an address and phone number. And like I said, the original, the clerk has it. There's a whole stack about that thick, and you're welcome to try to run it.
I may actually call one or two of these people in the next day or two to verify, because looking at some names, I know they have not been supportive and others have, so I will follow. But thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you. No further questions. Thank you. Our next speaker is Eileen Hunter.
Hello, Mayor Mandel, councillors. Thank you for this opportunity. Initially, upon hearing city planners were recommending 87th Avenue for the West LRT, I was elated and relieved that they chose their statistics and feasibility studies concurred with my own understanding of the West End. West End residents are in dire need of another entry to the south and to the east. Downtown is easily accessible by vehicles and buses traveling on multi-streets and avenues. On the other hand, Bona Vista off-leash, Bona Vista footbridge, and Quesnel Bridge are the only way out to the south and east. If the LRT proceeds downtown, west commuters accessing the south will board the LRT heading east on 87th Avenue. They'll make a turn on 156th Street to Stony Plain Road, then they'll proceed to east to downtown, then next transferring to an LRT car crossing the river southbound. Well, that is highly unlikely. Commuters will simply stay in their vehicles and drive the White Mud Crossing Quesnel Bridge with the other 120,000 vehicles daily and increasing. New expansion will provide a few years of congestion and rage-free driving. Nevertheless, the West is going to expand, and the probability of discussing an LRT in 10, 15 years will come up again. Now, there are some community concerns. There's traffic ties when the LRT shares the road with the travelers. There was a 5-hour traffic tie-up on Stony Plain just a week ago. Meadowlark and JP communities will be encircled on two sides of the LRT. And another concern, some call it criteria, the revitalization of Stony Plain Road, while upscaling the street to where locals and businesses are no longer welcome doesn't really, I don't think that's really great. Paint cleanup, programming, removal of vices, that's what you do for revitalizations. Now, if you proceed down 87th, Well, you'll have young families, they could ride to the Stollery or to the Butterdome for a sporting event. Seniors would be relieved that the LRT stops close to the Mazankowski Heart Hospital, and sadly for others, a convenient stop at the Cross Cancer. West End families have a fondness for White Avenue shopping, dining, Strathcona's Market, the Symphony and the Ballet at the Jube. Likewise, the East and the South desire an access to work in the West and shop at West End. New development providing employment opportunities are extremely important for the West. The new state-of-the-art Edmonton clinic will require even more medical staff than the Mazankowski. Medical professionals and support would even be hired from towns west of the city. Let's get them to work on time. Environmental impact is small per person all crossing the river. Now imagine riding the rail daily to work or the south side overlooking the beautiful river valley while you'll get a shot of nature's own endorphins, stress relief before and after coming home from work. Continue to imagine and realistically imagine travel business showcasing LRT ride to the West End over nature's beautiful, breathtaking North Saskatchewan River, and a more realistic vision for all Edmontonians to be able to access Horlack Park events, including Heritage Days when over 100,000 users converge on the park. No more buses making repeat trips. As well, school children all over Edmonton would benefit from an affordable field trip to the Storyland Valley Zoo. And in future, West residents could leave their vehicles at home, ride the LRT to the international airport, and I say connect the West with the rest. Thank you.
Thank you. No questions. Thank you. Our next speaker is Mr. Guy Taylor. Kenneth Sloman is next. Is Mr. Sloman here? You're next. Come on down, and then Wayne Jackson is after that, and then Mary Cameron. Go ahead.
Actually, Guy Taylor. That's fine. Hello, everyone. My name is Guy Taylor. I'm in West Jasper Place community, and I'm a member of the JP Revitalization Committee, the steering and building committees. These committees have worked very hard on the issues that could probably and potentially be disregarded by this proposal. The committee does not have one mind on the proposed route, but generally we don't have enough details to trust the transportation departments that our primary focuses are central to the redesign of Stony Plain Road. We've asked the planning department for area redevelopment plans for the communities affected by the JP revitalization strategy, but it hasn't been a priority for them, surprisingly. I will ask now if the LRT route goes through these neighborhoods, we're making ARPs for these communities be a priority. I welcome the new criteria, land use integration, that the Transportation Department was asked to factor into the route selection. These criteria supported the ideas found in the Municipal Development Plan and the citywide consultation Envision Edmonton that I took part in. Some of those ideas, more compact urban form, less reliance on the automobile, greater transportation choices, greener, mixed-use zoning, which allows people to live in the same area that they work. The LRT itself is a step forward in these regards, but the focus, it seems, however, to be about moving people from the suburbs to downtown still. They often quote, in less than 23 minutes. I can accept this as a step measure gap, but I would hope that we want more from our LRT. To connect communities, to enhance them, to be a detriment to its success. We have been formulating what these are in our committees. To mention a few of the focuses: walkability, pedestrian friendliness, safe communities, and not only from a crime perspective, but from a traffic safety perspective, i.e. conflicts between automobiles, bicycles, and pedestrians, and now the LRT. And then also attractive and social spaces. The proposal we've seen so far can undermine these focuses. We simply do not have the details to know if our concerns can be met. For example, we have been shown an undimensioned sketch of the proposed layout, and it's on page 3, if you look at it. It eliminates the buffer zone of parked cars and provides no room for cyclists or soon to be piled up beside the moving traffic. These are very fundamental things to the planning of the thoroughfare. It could be extremely dangerous and creates a terrible space in front of the potential outdoor cafes and other businesses. I we feel more comfortable if the Transportation Department relieved this compression of transportation issues by making Stony Plain Road a greener street, an idea floated at the JP Revitalization Strategy meeting while thinking about having this development green certified. And moving the automobile traffic to 100th Ave